So Project Epoch has been a private server that's been in the works for a very long time. And we are just a couple short days away from hopefully being able to play. They've said recently that over 60,000 accounts have been started for Project Epoch. And it's to the point where it's gotten so popular in just the last couple days that they have announced a second server within their client that will be a PvP server. Now, I'm super excited for the PvP server. I am a PvP enjoyer. I am a world PvP player. I am a twink enjoyer in-game, not IRL, that's weird. Regardless, that's what I do. I like open world PvP. That's what I enjoy about World of Warcraft the most. I enjoy leveling and the thrill that there could be somebody waiting in stealth to jump out and gank me. You know, there could be somebody, a group of people that are about to roll through this hill and just absolutely decimate me. I don't know what it is, but I enjoy that. It makes the game more fun for me. I understand that a lot of people don't like that, and so PvE servers are perfect for them. They can play the game without ever having to worry about somebody jumping out and killing them. When Project Epoch, for the last few months, with more and more people talking about it, the last year or two, with more and more people talking about it, getting more and more eyes on it, more and more noticed, and becoming closer and closer to a reality of something that we can actually log in and play, the player base has swelled astronomically. And to alleviate the long queue times, they said they're starting a second server, and the second server is a PvP server. And this is partially due to the influx of players, but it's also due to the fact that there is always going to be a large player base of PvP players in World of Warcraft. And a lot of the PvP players, they want to play on a PvP server. War mode is a thing that is, it's thing. It's there. Cool. Whatever. I don't like war mode. I don't like playing on PvE servers. The only reason I even have a level 35 rogue on this server is because when I started playing Turtle WoW, Telebim wasn't a thing yet. As soon as Telebim went live, I dropped all my characters on Nordrassil? Nordranar, I think that's what it is. Anyways, I dropped all my characters on Nord, and I rotated 100% of my classic WoW playtime over to Telebim. I prefer playing on PvP servers. Do I get ganked a lot? Yeah, sure, it happens. Do I gank other people a lot? Absolutely, that also happens. That is what PvP servers are for. And I would think that with the announcement of the PvP server, the PvEers would be just as happy as the PvPers, because now they're going to get shorter queue times to get into the game. But it seems that that's not the case. It seems in Discord that the PvE players are absolutely livid. Not all of them, obviously, but a good portion of them are absolutely livid that the PvPers are not being forced to play with them anymore. And I have my own feeling as to why, my own thoughts as to why that's happening. So I'm talking to my wife about it this morning because it was just announced last night as we were getting ready for bed. So I'm talking to her about it this morning because she plays as well. She is a PvP enjoyer like me. She will not play on a PvE server. It is a non-starter for her. It took a lot for me to convince her to even check out Project Epoch because it only had a war mode. So we're talking about it, and she's like, well, why would they be mad? It doesn't make any sense. I like to try to see things from both perspectives. So I thought about it for a little bit, and I'm like, well, let me try to argue their side, because I haven't seen this argument put forward. But if I were to try to place myself in their shoes, this is what I would think my arguments would be. The reason that everyone should be on one single server, instead of breaking it up into two, the economy is going to be better. You're going to have a lot more items going in and out of the auction house, which means the prices are going to be a lot lower, and it's going to be a lot easier and cheaper for you to get whatever it is that you want to get, which means leveling up your crafting professions is going to go a lot faster and cost you a lot less gold. Looking for the rare materials like Crusader Enchant, like the Nature Protection Potion, these things that have a very low drop chance from 1 to 2 mobs in the game, those things are going to be a lot easier to come by because you're going to have way more people out farming them, way more people out killing them. So there's going to be more of them. And if there's more of them, that means they're going to be cheaper. You know, depending on if you're on the Horde or the Alliance side on Telebim, you get dramatically different prices on things because of the amount of players on the Horde versus the Alliance. That's just the way that it is on the two different servers, Nord and Telebim. Like, Nord has a full, the auction house is all the way across, so both the Alliance and the Horde share all of the auction houses on Nord. On Telebim, it's completely different, and the prices between the two servers are representative of that. You know, the prices are dramatically different on the two servers because of the amount of players on the two different servers. So for that, I understand. Also, when it comes to building a guild, building a party, building a raid group, or whatever it is you're trying to do, you're almost always going to benefit from having PvPers on your team. This is not to say that PvPers are better at WoW than PvEers, but it is to say that PvPers are likely to be a lot faster with their response times, a lot more capable of changing up the plan when they need to, a lot more capable of having, you know, fucking 30 to 40 different buttons on their screen for when oh shit situation happens, and having the wherewithal to immediately be able to go over and cast that ability without having to think about it, because in PvP you don't have that time to think about it. Now, if you want someone to raid lead, if you want someone tanking, that is where you would want a PvE, specifically PvE player, because they're going to know the fights better. More often than not. Both of these scenarios are a more often than not thing. They're going to know the fights more. They're going to know the routes better. They're going to be able to know what to call out when. That goes with knowing the fights better. They're going to be better in those situations. So when I'm building a raid team or a guild or anything, I always want to get both PvPers and PvEers because they both bring different things to the table. So I completely understand why the PvEers want to force us to play with them. But the arguments they're putting forward is the PvP server is going to die. No one's going to enjoy playing on the PvP server when they're getting ganked so much. You know, and arguments all kind of within that same, like, it's such a silly stance to take, but it's the stance of they don't know what they're getting themselves into. Like, we haven't been playing the same exact game that you have for the past 25 years. We know what we're getting into. We know what PvP servers are. We completely understand what leveling means. We know what we're doing. You're sounding like this is in the same vein as J. Allen Brack. You think you want this, but you actually don't, because you don't know what you want. I know what you want because I know what I want. And you and I play the same game, so you and I think the exact same, and we live the same life, and we have the same opinions on things. Therefore, you think you want that, but you really don't. What you actually want is what I want, because as I said, we're the same. And like, that's just a really bizarre stance to take on these things. I think that one of the smartest things that Project Epoch could do especially in the scenario they're in right now, is exactly what they've done. They're giving the PvPers a PvP server to go and play PvP on. And they're giving PvEers the server for them to hold hands and, you know, sing Kumbaya underneath the rainbow, horde an alliance together while they take down bosses. And if that's what they want to do, then that's perfectly fine. Let the PvEers play their PvE server. Let them have the disgusting abomination of cross-faction raids and dungeons. If you want to associate yourself with the filthy alliance scum, then you're well within your right to do so. Just don't try to force me to. And I think that's really like what people need to understand. Don't try to force me to play the game the way that you want to play it. If you want to play on a PvE server and turn on war mode after you're fully geared so you can go out and kill levelers, do it. Have fun with it. Enjoy your time doing it. Like, I'm not going to tell you you shouldn't do it or you shouldn't be allowed to do it. It's not the way that I want to play. I'm not going to go out and wait to PvP until I'm fully geared. That, for me, is not fun. Where's the skill in that? When I twink, you know, I've had so many discussions with people on Discord about twinking. And it's the same type of thing where it's like, well, I don't understand why you would feel the need to fully twink out a level 19 character to go and kill other level 19 characters that aren't twinked. And it's like, I don't. I build my twink and then I go to Duskwood. I go to Redridge. I go to Arathi. I go where you should probably be able to kill me at your level if you've geared your character better and you know how to play well. That's what I enjoy. That's what I have fun doing. I'm not going to tell you to go out and do that. If you want to, I could show you how. I think that it's really smart. I'm super excited. Saturday morning, 9 a.m. my time. I'm hoping to be on early. I am hoping to be able to get into the server because my wife and I would like to level together and we'd like to stream it. I'll probably stream on Twitch. That way I can play music while I'm playing. And if I decide not to stream, then I will be recording for sure. Because I'm really excited. I didn't play any of the betas. I just recently found out about the server about a month ago. And I think it's going to be great. I will be putting out a video here shortly. I don't know if it'll be later today or tomorrow where I talk about the key features that I'm most excited about. But yeah, I hope that y'all are considering checking out Project Epoch. If you are and you've made it this far in the video, consider sticking around. I will be doing a lot of Project Epoch content. That is probably where I am going to be rotating fully onto. I love Fresh. I just love it. Fresh realms always bring the most fun for me as a gamer, as a WoW classic Andy. Fresh is just, it's what I love. So consider sticking around and, you know, let me know down in the comment section below. Are you going to be, you know, are you going to be a PvE Andy over there on Kazan, playing Horde and Alliance together, you know, killing Onyxia with your Alliance and Horde commune? Or are you going to be over on Garabashi with me, where if you see an Alliance scum, it's combat? Or vice versa. Let's say you're an Alliance player and you see one of us filthy orc, you know, disgusting invasive creatures. Are you going to kill us? I hope to see y'all out there. I hope that this game, or this server rather, is going to be as good as we're hoping it is going to be. That's the big guess right now. That's the big thing. Is it going to be as good as it looks like it's going to be? And I guess come Saturday, we'll be able to start testing and seeing. So I hope y'all stick around, and we'll see you in the next video. I'm out.